Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever Marvel Rivals VOD review video. A lot of you love the VOD reviews I did for Overwatch, and I had to wait a while to do them with Rivals because I was new to the game, as we all are, but now I feel like I'm qualified to flame and review your shitty ass VODs. Now if you're new to this, basically what I do is I look at your VODs and I flame anybody who performs badly. It could be you, it could be your teammates. If I see your complete doo-doo butt juice, I'll most likely not flame your teammates because how are you gonna be ass and try to blame someone else, you know? A lot of you guys are wondering, how do you submit a VOD? First, you got to join my Discord, which a link will be in every video's description. Then you scroll until you see the VOD review section, and it's pretty simple. You copy the template, you fill it out, and then you submit it in the VOD review channel. So yes, it's all done through my Discord, so you got to join that if you want to make it into one of these videos. Now, here are the rules. Number one, it has to be a loss where you felt you played fine. Now, why do I do this? It's because when you lose and you blame your teammates, in most cases, you could have played better. So that's why when you submit a VOD, you're basically saying, I played fine, and when you do that, then that gives me the freedom to flame you however I want. Number two, it could be any role, and then number three, it could be PC or console. Last thing, I'm actually really close to 100,000 subscribers, so if you like my content, make sure you're subscribed. Our first submission is from Human. He's on PC and he's Grandmaster. He plays The Thing. And whose fault do you think it was? He said it was his supports dying a lot alongside his teammates disconnecting. So chat, what do you guys say? Let's get this thing started. So looking at the scoreboard, your supports combined for nearly 40 deaths. And what's really sad is your cloak is actually a lord and she died 20 times. And the enemy team doesn't even have a flanker. I mean, they have a Psylocke, but I guarantee Psylocke's in GM3 aim like paraplegics. And Psylocke is an aim demanding hero. I want to start off by saying your ability usage on The Thing is amazing. I mean, that's not really saying a lot. He's pretty one-dimensional, but you're doing what you need to do. You stomped on the magic so your team can pick her off. That's your job on The Thing. If you're playing The Thing and you're not constantly disrupting the flankers and you're not playing him right, unfortunately your cloak died first. And what does this dumb bitch do when she returns to the fight? She dies again. So to recap, your cloak dies first, losing you guys a team fight, and then comes back and immediately dies again with her ults, and that just completely fucks over your team because you played that perfectly. You kept backing up and regrouping. Now had your cloak did the same, you guys would have had another chance to hold, but unfortunately cloak and dagger players are the second most boosted breed of player, right behind raccoon players. Now second fight, again, you're doing what you need to do. You're targeting the BP when you need to. Unfortunately, this is another fight lost because one of your supports died. 3 team fights lost because of your backline. So let's analyze how your Sue died. She uses her ult perfectly to counter Star-Lord's ult. Unfortunately, Susan Storm doesn't seem to know the timing of her ult. It's like Luna's ult. You use Luna's ult to push in and play aggressive, and in the last 3 or 2 seconds of her ult, you use it to back up. This Sue doesn't use the end of her ult to get back into position, and she stands there in the front line like a lost child. And before any of you defend her by saying, well, she can't be in her back line because the BP will kill her, my boy Zingy Man over here is eyeing the BP down, so he 100% would have peeled. He's doing it over and over. He knows what the thing is supposed to do, and that's shut down divers. Not to mention, you don't even need peel against the Black Panther. He doesn't do enough damage to solo 2 supports. All your supports have to do is heal each other. If the BP is diving your Sue, it's on your cloak to heal her, and if the BP is on your cloak, then it's on your Sue to heal your cloak. Supports don't need peel against Black Panther. They can counter him by just healing each other. Yet support players will blame their team for not babysitting them. They want to be cradled and breastfed, maybe given a pacifier and perhaps a bedtime story with a warm cup of milk and a chocolate chip cookie. It can never be their fault as to why they're dying off cooldown. It can never be because of their shitty positioning and decision making. And it's always because of their tank and DPS not peeling for them and holding their fucking hand. I want you guys to know I don't watch these VODs beforehand, so it's not like I cherry picked a VOD to prove what I've been preaching. It just fucking happens so often that the first VOD I review solidifies and proves everything I've been saying about you support players. So let's look at this last fight. Your tanks are trying to make space, but then they see your backline about to get dove, and your tanks think to themselves, oh boy, my backline that's made of fucking Swiss cheese is getting dove on again. Let me help them out, since literally, and I mean literally and objectively, my supports have costed us every single fucking team fight up to this point. And this is what happens when a tank appeals for their Make-A-Wish supports. The enemy team takes space because your tanks are peeling, and then they can do whatever they want. Their Strange gets a huge ult because your Strange is backing up with his shield and it breaks. This is exactly why I say supports don't need peel, because this is what happens. Your tanks can't make space because they have to play babysitter for these neuro impaired supports. If you're a support and you want peel, you talk to your other support to fucking heal you, because this is what happens. On top of that, look at this Sue's positioning. She's in front of your Strange. In no universe should you ever play in front of a tank as support. Granted, it wouldn't have mattered because the Star-Lord was gonna wipe your team regardless, but still, you know, it's the fucking principle. Bro, this VOD is infuriating me because it just showcases every problem I have with support players, yet I had so many dumb fucks in my comments just in denial. What do you mean you don't need a peel as support? You have no idea what you're talking about. This is what I mean by supports don't need peel, you fucking morons, because on paper, how the fuck does it make sense for tanks to take space, which is a huge part of their job? A huge part of being a tank is to take space. Now tell me, how exactly are you gonna take space if you have to babysit your supports, right? They can't. And when your tanks can't make space, then your DPS will get shit on by their DPS because DPS thrive off their tanks making space. I'm telling you guys, supports healing each other and having awareness and good positioning counters 99.99999% of fucking dives. Stop expecting your team to hold your hand. I mean, just look at this cloak player. Not a single thought in this player's head. And look at this Mantis ult. She ults and then the enemy Star-Lord ults, which shows how shitty your competition is. The fact that the enemy Star-Lord ults while your Mantis's ult is up. And then instead of using her ult to get behind cover, because clearly the Star-Lord ult is going to outlast hers, she just stands in the fucking wide open to get beamed. I know I shit on support players a lot, but come on, how are we watching this and not see that every single team fight in this game so far has been lost because of your supports? I mean, look at the rest of your team. They're doing everything they fucking can to carry this game. You and your Namor carried that fight that your supports through. I mean, look at your Strange. Even your Strange is making money moves. Your team is so much better than them. They just have competent support players. And I'm not even going to say good support players, because to be an above average support player, you just have to be competent, since the average is incompetent. PC players with that ass look at this aim and tell you Celestial on console is like silver on PC. Come on, where are the bitch ass PC elitists at? Y'all are gonna look at this aim and still repeat that? Then again, it could just be support players, because support players are just brain dead in every platform, every game. Even when you guys are rolling, these fucks can't do anything right. I'm surprised this is the first time they double support ulted. I'm honestly astonished that's the first time. I mean, I just look at your competition. Look at this Strange. He doesn't even know how to switch spawns, and on top of that, he doesn't do the melee tech or the reload cancel. Your Strange does though. This is the melee tech. Ignore this guy's crosshair. Goddamn, shit's as big as my fucking penis. But your Strange is doing the melee tech to get max damage output, where you melee in between primary fires. So your Strange is automatically significantly better than theirs. Give your team competent support players, and this wouldn't even have been close. Your Strange makes a big play. Your Namor is flanking like he should be, and surprise, surprise, look who's dead. They don't even have a flanker. I mean, what the fuck are they dying to? Zingy, man, I'll be real. That was Celestial level gameplay. Your ability usage, your target priority was beautiful. The fact that you were, you know, clobbering on the front line, yet turning around to, you know, disrupt the flankers. I mean, you did everything you could. I didn't even need to watch the VOD. I could have just, you know, told you whose fault it was by looking at the scoreboard. There's absolutely no universe where any support should have more than 10 deaths, let alone fucking 20, and a combined number of 40. You were just given the backline of hell, bro. Nothing you could have done. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, if you're not subscribed, please do so. I upload every week and I'm grinding for 100K. Again, if you want to submit a VOD to be in one of these videos, then you got to join my Discord and you got to go through there. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys next week, and peace.